At the beginning of this course, I didn't know the first thing about social identities, media consumption, or media production. Honestly, media overwhelmed me, and therefore I tried to stay as far away from it as possible. This course made me realize that media is a huge way of communication, and it should be used every day. A social identity can be defined as a person's sense of who they are. This is usually based on memberships to different groups in society. For example, I would describe myself as an American female social work major. As someone who's extremely passionate about social work, I tended to stay away from media because I saw horrible things happening every day, and I realized that I had no power to stop it or help in any way, and that's a really upsetting conclusion to make. But a few weeks into school, my entire perspective changed because I was in communications class, and my professor started going over identities, and that was a topic we had covered in social work as well, and I felt like, okay, this really connects and I can start to care about it. A social work perspective of the world is a bit different than others. Social work values social justice, service, and focuses on promoting the rights and interests of vulnerable groups instead of your own. Media plays a huge role in this. Media is a form of mass communication, and by using it right, you can connect with people and share your cause. Another similarity I found is the importance of critical thinking. Social work stresses the importance of truly understanding whatever situation you're being presented with, and communications took that one step farther by breaking it down into critical thinking process called the ways of skeptical knowing. This process allows you to break down your information in order to find the true story. Media is full of falsified information, biases, and stereotypes. This thinking process, if used right, can help people see past that. And it's a tool that I'll use not only in media consumption and production, but in my life as a social worker as well. I used to use social media as a form of communication with my friends, and that's it. I didn't like looking at the news. I didn't want to know what was going on. I just wanted to ignore the world. But since the beginning of this course, my media consumption's evolved to scouring platforms for live streams of current events, searching for news articles, and reading other people's opinion pieces as well. I truly opened up to how powerful media is. As a media producer, I've also changed a lot. I started sharing my opinion about current events and things that I care about, and I used to just keep it all bottled in. I started engaging in civil debates on the topic, but the biggest thing for me was that I found people who felt the same way as I did, and I think that's one of the most important things about media. Anyone who has access to social media platforms should realize how powerful that tool is. It's one of the only ways that people feel that their voices are heard and that they realize that they're not alone. But this also emphasizes the importance of critical thinking and skeptical knowing. Media has evolved to a great deal from its origin. Media used to be newspapers and articles, and it's evolved to the internet. The internet has become more powerful than anyone ever could have imagined. It gives us equal access to information and equal access to sharing ideas and views. But because anyone can share, and just about everyone does, critical thinking and the ways of skeptical knowing have become even more important. Instead of sifting through news articles and newspapers, we're sifting through billions of tweets, millions of news articles, thousands of stories every day on news broadcasts. This means we have to be careful because we can't believe everything we hear or see. Everyone's contradicting themselves, and so you really do have to dive deeper to figure out what's going on. Media should be used for good, but because people have lost their way as the world changes so quickly, this powerful tool has become to be abused. It's become dangerous. Lies are spread, riots are planned, and terrorists are recruited, all through different forms of media. My hope for media is that more people become educated through it and that more people think critically after reading and before sharing.